Okay guys, we're going to be picking back up where we left off yesterday. We're going to start with the section called Exciting Events. Who wants to start off reading for me? Alright, Caitlin, go ahead.
This will be broken down into 7 main events. Athletes can compete in bobsledding, curling, ice hockey,
Luge.
skating, and skiing.
Okay.
The athletes will also compete in the
Biathlon.
biathlon, a type of cross-country skiing.
Keep going.
Some skiers travel cross-country on flat land for up to 31 miles. This event has been around since the very first Winter Olympics. Other skiers race down steep mountains. These athletes can expect to fly down mountains at 55 miles per hour. Other skiers and snowboarders fly off ramps and do tricks in the air. They are given medals based on the difficulty of their job. Snowboarding didn't become an Olympic sport until 2006.
Okay, Lauren.
As skiers race down the side of the mountain, speed skaters fly across the frozen ice. These athletes can skate as fast as 40 miles per hour. Figure skating is another popular event. Figure skaters can enter the competition alone with a partner or as a group. The group events was added for the 2014 Olympics. Luge and bobsledders are timed as they travel down a track that looks similar to a water slide. The fastest time wins the gold.
Go ahead and read the box for me.
A white tiger named Susan Long
Sure. Sounds good to me.
has been named the mascot for this year's Olympic Games.
Okay, so let's look at our questions. It says, how many events are the Winter Olympic Games broken down into? Hunter.
7.
7 main events, right? Alright, what are those main events? Who can name me one? Lauren?
Bobsledding.
Alright, bobsledding. Josie?
Skiing.
Skiing. We're going to just put skating, okay? Because that's one of the main events. Because you have figure skating, you have speed skating, you have all types of skating. Yes, ma'am.
Ice hockey.
Alright, ice hockey. Alright, I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. I need 3 more. Annabelle?
Curling.
Curling. We're not curling, they're not curling their hair, I promise you that. Alright, what's another one? Yes.
Biathlon.
Okay, biathlon. And the last one, nobody's wanting to say it. It's the luge.
So there's also snowboarding. What is a luge? But it's not in the passage.
It's not in the passage.
What is the luge?
Truthfully, I'm not quite certain. We can look it up later.
I think it's the one where they go on that track on the thing where they like.
Yeah, I think you are right. Right. Gotcha.
It's like I couldn't see what she was doing. Oh, I know. It was like one of the
I searched it up.
thing.
We shouldn't be right now. Thank you, Alex.
Like laying down. Yeah. Going down.
I think that's right.
They go like that.
Just
and they're not
laying
going
down flat. Yeah.
And they go.
Alright, next question. How does racing down a mountain compare to skating across ice in terms of the speed of the Olympians? How does it compare? Yes, sir.
Those skating across the ring, they're slow.
It says in terms of the speed.
They're going to be a bit slower than they are.
Well, it says it in the passage, their speed. Let's compare their speeds. How fast do they go down a mountain?
55 miles per hour.
No, racing down the mountain.
Okay.
So some skiers go like 55 miles an hour.
Alright, so the mountain, they're going 55 miles per hour. How fast are they going on the ice?
40.
So they go faster where?
No,
So it's faster down the mountain.
I was actually watching skiing last night.
We did too.
This dude.
Did y'all see that a girl won gold last night? United States won gold last night at a snowboarding
This
event.
dude, he was so close. He was literally like 6 milliseconds off of beating.
Were you watching the downhill skiing and seeing all the people crash?
Yeah.
There were several people that crashed.
Yeah, I saw it. It was.
Nobody, the ones that I saw didn't get hurt. I mean, they were kind of banged up, but they weren't.
Yeah, like one dude hit.
Bad
he
hurt.
landed wrong and his ski flew off.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going. What is the name of the mascot for the Olympic Games this year? Malachi.
Sue Harang.
Yep, sounds good to me. And what kind of animal is it?
That's fine.
Red. A white tiger. And if any of you watched the opening ceremony, or you can go back on YouTube and watch it as well, guys. They, the Koreans created a gigantic tiger, and there was people kind of inside it, moving it around. It was pretty cool.
Like Chinese people do the dragon.
Yes, it was very similar to that. Okay, and now it says, what did you learn from this section? Go back to your KWL and at least put one thing that you learned from this section in your KWL. Huh? Yeah. And guys, if you want to add another question to the wonder part, go for it. Like one of y'all wanted to know what the luge is, type that in. Because that's something we can look up. So as we go, you can add to the wonder and the learn part. Okay, not the know part, because it's not what you knew beforehand. We're adding to the wonder and the learned. Then we're going to go ahead and move on to the torch. I'm going to go ahead and start reading while you are working on your KWL. It says, a torch is an important part of the Olympics. The torch is first lit in Olympia, Greece, the birthplace of the first Olympic Games. The burning torch is then carried to the site of the Games. Past Olympians are usually chosen to pass the torch. This year, 7,500 torchbearers will move the burning torch over 40,000 miles from Greece through Asia. The journey will take 101 days. Each runner is given their own torch, and they pass the flame from one to another. Over the years, the torch has been carried by boat, airplane, on horseback, and even underwater. In fact, the Olympic torch was even sent into space in November of 2013 with Russian astronauts. When the Olympic flame arrives in Pyeongchang, the Games are ready to begin. Okay, because the flame represents the Olympic Games. Yes, sir.
I have two questions. One, it's probably not safe to take a torch onto a spaceship.
Well, they did, obviously.
And two, how do you carry a torch underwater?
Submarine would be my guess.
Unless they have one of those.
Okay? That would be my guess. I may be wrong, but that would be my educated guess. All right, where is the first, let me say that again. Where is the torch first lit, Josie?
In the Olympia.
Okay, Olympia, Greece. Why is it first lit in Olympia, Greece? Who can tell me by raising their hand? Why is it first lit there? Malachi?
Because that's where the Olympics first started.
Okay, that's where the first games were held. Very good. All right, the next one. How many miles will the torch travel to reach Pyeongchang? Yes, sir.
40,000.
40,000 miles. Guys, that's a long ways.
Over 40,000.
Okay? Yeah, over. We can add that in. Over 40,000. How many days will it take for it to get there, Reese?
101.
101 days.
Miss Johnson.
Yes.
It keeps messing here. I was right now Olympia Greece and then that turned to that.
Once you finish these 3 questions, go back to that KWL chart and do your W and your L. If you've got any more questions, go ahead and do it, and then go ahead and do what you learned. Remember, you need to add at least one thing in that learn column. Yes, ma'am.
Can I get a tissue?
Do we have any? Yes. Okay. They're right there. Then we're going to read our final section called Record Breakers. Josie, you want to start off reading for me? All right, go for it.
Although the games are only scheduled to last for a few days, February 9th through February 28th, thousands of athletes from 94 different countries are ready to compete. The United States won 28 medals in the last Winter Olympics, which was held in Sochi,
Sochi.
Russia, in 2014. The country with the most medals, however, is Norway. They have taken home 329 medals since the Winter Olympics began. The United States in second place with 282 medals.
All right, Ethan. Can you read next for me? Some athletes train.
Some athletes train for their whole entire life to compete in the Olympics. Apollo
Oh no.
Ono is a speed skater who has won 8 medals at the Winter Games. This makes him the most decorated American athlete for the Winter Games. In 1998, 15-year-old Maro Lipinski won a gold medal for figure skating. Medals are given for the first, second, and third place winners. Athletes who come in fourth through 8th place all receive a special certificate.
That was something I didn't know. I knew they got gold, silver, and bronze medals, but I didn't realize 4 through 8 get something as well. That was pretty cool when I was thinking through it. Okay, what are the dates of the Winter Olympics? Nope. Look in that passage. This is a right there question.
February 9th to February 28th.
February 9th through February 28th. Yes, opening ceremonies were on the 8th, but the actual games did not start till the 9th. Alright, looking at our next question. How many different countries are participating in the Winter Olympics? Max.
94.
Very good. Do you think that's all the countries in the world? No. Alright, how many medals has the United States received since the first Winter Olympics? Yes, Hunter.
282.
282. Are we in first place? No. Who can tell me who is in first place? Lauren. With how many medals?
329.
We got a lot of catching up to do, don't we?
Not that much.
Why do you think Norway is so good in Winter Olympics?
They live in a place where there's a lot of snow.
They live in a place, their country is covered in snow most of the year. Is the United States covered in snow most of the year? No. Okay? But Norway is even further up in the northern hemisphere and it's even colder more of the year.
Unless you live in New York or San Francisco.
Right, but still there's not snow year round. We took a group of kids a couple years ago to New York in the summer and it was warm. We wore shorts. So it's not cold in New York all the time. Okay? Alright, let's go to the next slide because there's still a few more questions on this section. Says, Who is the most decorated American athlete in Winter Olympics history? Josie. Apollo Ono, yes. If any of you are a Dancing with the Stars person, he was on Dancing with the Stars one year. He actually did really well on it.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm a big Dancing with the Stars fan, but he did really well on it. What do athletes in first, second, and third place receive? Medals. And what are they? What kind are they? Who can tell me? What?
Gold, silver, and bronze.
Very good. Gold, silver, and bronze.
Are they really made of gold?
Yes.
I heard it was 92.5% silver and then with a little bit of plated gold.
I don't know about that.
Because I read it in 3rd grade.
That's something to look
I
up.
don't know what
All right, and what do athletes in 4th through 8th place receive? Malachi.
A certificate.
Okay, a certificate. A special certificate.
You get medals or you get a certificate.
And guys, the thing with these Olympics, a lot of them, whatever place they place in, goes towards other things than just the Olympics. It may go to what they're ranked in the world, that type of thing. Okay? So it's not just based on how well they do at the Olympics. Their scores go towards other rankings in the world. Okay? Alright. Go ahead and go back to your KWL. This is the last section we have to do. Remember, if you can think of another question, go ahead and put that in. Then, you can just keep on going. Hit enter. It'll let you keep talking. Then you can go and highlight it and make it smaller, that section. Your KWL chart should be getting pretty full, especially the L part, because we've added something we learned from every section. Once you are done, go ahead and go to the next slide and click the big quizzes thing, and you have a quizzes.
You can't even touch the link though.
Yeah, you really have to go look at it again.
You have to go in present mode. You don't have to, but it's easier when you do. If you click on it, the link will pop up and you can click the link.
Yeah. Oh, it's because you gotta scroll down.
Well, they've updated the software.
Oh, that's cool.
You can't get to the link.
I'll be right there. Hold on, okay? Raise your hand if for some reason you can't get it, but don't talk. There's your code. I would like for you to put in your real name, yes.
Just get our abbreviated mine. Because everybody knows I'm Nathan.
Yes, I get that. As long as it's something to do with your name close to it. Thank you.
I took it and then I was like,
Yes, ma'am.
You have this small. I know what the teeth
Waiting on a couple more people.
Ethan, you're awesome.
Waiting for two more people.
Is it like you have a normal class?
Yep.
or number one.
Put Alex. About to lock it out.
Okay, 1900.
Alright, here we go. Guys, all of these questions are based on the passage. You can use the passage to answer it, okay, to help you out. These questions are a little harder than what we dealt with on the slide, okay? So make sure you take your time. This is not about speed. This is about correctness,
Is this gonna be time?
okay? It is time, but it gives you a long time. I'm looking at correctness here. I'm not looking at who finishes in 1st through 5th place, okay? Y'all got me? Alright. questions? Alright, it says number 1. What point is the author trying to make with this phrase? Speed skaters fly across the frozen ice. Caitlin. B, they move very quickly across the ice. Very good. Question 2. What can the reader learn from this sentence? This makes Apollo Ono the most decorated American athlete. Lauren.
C.
C, very good. He has won more medals than any other American at the Winter Olympics. Alright, 3. How did the ancient Olympics differ from the modern Olympics? Jamari.
D.
D, very good. The events have changed over the years. Question 4. How does the author show that the Olympics are very competitive? You could choose, never mind, I lied, you can't choose 2 of them. Yes. C, very good. Some athletes train for their entire lives to compete in the Olympics. Alright, number 5. Which sentence shows the passage of time? Josie. Huh? A, very good. Over the years, that shows passage of time. The torch has been carried by boat, airplane, on horseback, and even underwater. Question 6. Under which heading would you find information about the first Olympic Games? Dustin, I'm about to write you a courtesy code. Get with me or you're out. Do you understand? Reese.
A.
A, very good. A Greek history. Question 7. Under which heading would you place these facts? Many Olympians begin training as early as 2nd grade. They can put in 10 to 12 hours of training each day and are often homeschooled.
D.
D, very good. Record breakers.
I never saw that question.
It was on there. Question 8. What is the main idea of the heading the torch? Anna B?
B.
B, very good. The Olympic torch is an important symbol for the games. 9. Which detail supports the main idea of the heading, the torch? Jamari. No, not A. Yes.
B.
B. The torch is first lit in Olympia, Greece, the birthplace of the first Olympic Games. And question 10. Which word can be used to describe the Winter Olympians? A. Determined. Very good. Alright, go back to your Google slide presentation. Yes, Cindy. Oh, okay. Go back to your Google slide and you have a flip grid to complete for me. It is a 3-2-1, meaning you have to give me 3 things, 2 things, and 1 thing. Okay? Name 3 things you learned from the passage. Name 2 things you already knew about the Winter Olympics. Name 1 thing you still wonder about the Winter Olympics. You may want to write out your answer before recording your video answer because of the short time limit. You can use the back of your paper to work it out. Obviously, I would go to my KWL chart to help me out here. Everybody got me? Yes. You can if you want to, or you can just write it out real quick because we don't have much time. It's almost time for us to change back. Three things you learned, 2 things you already knew, 1 question you still have. Write it out before you record it.
Three things have been wrong. One is more than two, athletes who come in March through 8. They do get special three, white chairs, tigers, and that has been 8. Mascot, and our two things that are